All right, joined by former WSU quarterback Ryan Leaf. You're going to experience Cougar football Saturday unlike any you've experienced. Really, a college football Saturday unlike any you've experienced, because you're doing so in a different capacity now. You're in the booth.
Right.
How much you looking forward to this, especially since you're doing it for a Coug game on top of all that?
Well, I think it worked out pretty much the way it needed to. You know, my fiance and I put together a list of goals about 3.5 years ago and what we wanted to accomplish, and essentially tonight's the accumulation of all that. And how great is it to be not only doing a Cougar game, but a Cougar game like this at home tonight.
I think I heard you say this is your first time back here on a Saturday for a game day since 2011. What is it like being back on campus? What kind of feelings does it draw back for you?
I mean, there's good feelings. There's mixed emotions. You know, I mean, I don't necessarily know if I was really welcome, you know, for a while, and that makes sense. I just needed this to happen maybe organically, and I think it did with Pac-12 hiring me and this being the first game out the gate for me.
You talk about some good memories that are there. When you look back at your playoff career, what kind of comes flooding back when you are back on these grounds?
Well, just we were the epitome of a team. You know, I got a lot of the credit, and so did Mike Price, but this was the epitome of a team. We had the best receiving core, the best running back, the offensive line. Defensively, they were stellar. I mean, we were the best team, and that's why we won the championship and went to the Rose Bowl.
Now looking at things from a different, kind of maybe more critical eye, when you're studying teams getting ready for a game, what has jumped out to you about this WSU team from their opener against Wyoming?
Well, I don't know necessarily so much about the opener. They look pretty much they look like the last 3 years, but there's a new identity here in Pullman, and it's when they talk about Washington State, they think of Washington State in the football sense now. It's a football school, and they've added the facilities, the players, and the coach to make it recognized as such.
Got to ask you as a QB about their new QB. What did you think about what Gardner Minshew did his first game? I
think the best thing they did is they put him in number 16. So no quarterback had worn that for about 20 years. So they figured they needed some good luck, I guess. I thought he did a heck of a job. I think he fits what Mike Leach does very, very well. We'll see what it looks like when we get into some better competition. Defensively is the biggest thing I want to see out of Washington State, because they're the real reason that. Because Mike Leach's offense is going to do what they do every single year, but what they've been able to do the last 3 years defensively is really going to be the test for the next few years.
It's going to be a memorable night in other ways, of course, with the Hilinskis back here raising the Cougar flag. First game back here since Tyler's death. You've been so vocal and upfront about how that impacted you and sharing your experience. What do you expect tonight to be like from that perspective?
I have no idea. I know that the Hilinskis being here, I spent some time with Mark and Kim last night, and it's just got to be terribly hard. They're doing what they can control right now, and that's to be somebody who raises awareness and tries to shine a light so nothing like this ever happens to them, because no parent should have to deal with something like this. I'm interested to see what the university does tonight. I hope it's something to memorialize him and validate how important he was to this program in this town.
Has it been good to see just the amount of awareness that has been drummed up and the extra support for student athletes that maybe hasn't always been there to the degree that it probably should have been?
Yeah, I think Washington State, they didn't ask for this, of course, but they're at the forefront of it and have to be. And I think they can do more, and they need to do more, because we're talking about people's lives, not about a football game or anything else. It's about somebody's life, and that's certainly more important than any football game that we can even think of.
Ryan, I appreciate the time, appreciate how candid you've been, and best of luck. Enjoy the call tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.